Hello everyone! Today we will have a new lesson about types of computer software. What is software? Every day we come across different types of computer software that helps us with our tasks and increase our efficiency. From MS Windows that greets us when we switch on the system to the web browser that is used to surf the internet or the games that we play on our computer to the calorie burn counter on our smartphone are all examples of software. In this world of technology, we even come across various software development trends that help our business to grow. We are surrounded by all these software which are determined to make our lives easier. By definition, a software, also abbreviated as an SW, is a collection of data, programs, procedures, instructions, and documentation that perform various predefined tasks on a computer system. They enable users to interact with the computer. In the field of software engineering and computer science, the software is nothing but information processed by computer systems and programs. The software includes libraries, programs, and corresponding non-executable data, such as digital media and online documentation. Computer hardware and software we need each other and neither one of them can be convincingly used on its own. The amalgamation of the hardware and the software gives control and flexibility to modern-day computing systems. Without software, computers would be of no use. For instance, without the help of your web browser software, you will not be able to surf the net. Similarly, without an operating system, no application can run on your computer. Computer software, or simply software, is a collection of data or computer instructions that tell the computer how to work. This is in contrast to physical hardware, from which the system is built and actually performs the work. In computer science and software engineering, computer software is all information processed by computer systems, programs, and data. Computer software includes computer programs, libraries, and related non-executable data such as online documentation or digital media. Computer hardware and software require each other and neither can be realistically used on its own. Software is a set of programs which is designed to perform a well-defined function. A program is a sequence of instructions written to solve a particular problem. Today, there are abundant high-end technologies and software accessible to us that outline the way we lead our lives and house our continuously changing and increasing needs. The endless number of software types can be overwhelming for anybody, especially when one does not understand the various types of software and their users thoroughly. Software is the program that runs the computer and allows us to use it. There are different types of computer software, all of which serve a specific purpose. In learning about computers, one of the first steps is to understand the major types of software, their uses, and applications. Typically, there are two major classifications of software, namely system software and application software. Let's talk about system software. A system software aids the user and the hardware to function and interact with each other. Basically, it is a software to manage computer hardware behavior so as to provide basic functionalities that are required by the user. In simple words, we can say that system software is an intermediator or a middle layer between the user and the hardware. This computer software functions a platform or environment for the other software to work in. This is the reason why system software is very important in managing the entire computer system. When you first turn on the computer, It is the system software that gets initialized and gets loaded in the memory of the system. The system software runs in the background and is not used by the end users. This is the reason why system software is also known as low-level software. System software coordinates the activities and functions of hardware and software, and it controls the operations of computer hardware and provides an environment or platform for all the other types of software to work in. It is the most basic type of software in any computer system, which is essential for other programs, applications, and the whole computer system to function. The system software is a collection of programs designed to operate, control, and extend the processing capabilities of the computer itself. System software is generally prepared by the computer manufacturers. These software products comprise of programs written in low-level languages, which interact with the hardware at a very basic level. System software serves as the interface between the hardware and the users. System software helps the user, hardware, and application software to interact and function together. These types of computer software allow an environment or platform for other software and applications to work in. This is why system software is essential in managing the whole computer system. Some common system software examples are operating system, device drivers, firmware, programming language translators, and utility software. First, the operating system. It is the most prominent example of system software. It is a collection of software that handles resources and provides general services for the other applications that run over them. Although each operating system is different, most of them provide a graphical user interface through which a user can manage the files and folders and perform other tasks. Every device, whether a desktop, laptop, or mobile phone, requires an operating system to provide the basic functionality to it, as an OS essentially determines how a user interacts with the system. Therefore, many users prefer to use one specific OS for their device. There are various types of operating systems such as real-time, embedded, distributed, multi-user, single-user, internet, mobile, and many more. It is important to consider the hardware specifications before choosing an operating system. Some examples of operating system given below are Android, CentOS, iOS, Linux, Mac OS, MS Windows, Ubuntu, and Unix. Next, device drivers. It is a type of software that controls particular hardware which is attached to the system. Hardware devices that need a driver to connect to a system include displays, sound cards, printers, mouse, and hard disk. Further, there are two types of device drivers: kernel device drivers and user device driver. Some examples of device drivers are BIOS driver, display drivers, motherboard drivers, printer drivers, ROM drivers, sound card driver, USB drivers, VGA drivers, and virtual device drivers. Next, the firmware. Firmware is the permanent software that is embedded into a read-only memory. It is a set of instructions permanently stored on a hardware device. It provides essential information regarding how the device interacts with other hardware. Firmware can be considered as semi-permanent, as it remains permanent unless it is updated using a firmware updater. Some examples of firmware are BIOS, computer peripherals, consumer applications, embedded systems, and UEFI. Another type of software is the programming language translators. These are mediator programs on which software programs rely to translate high-level language code to simpler machine-level code. Besides simplifying the code, the translators also do the following: assign data storage, enlist source code as well as program details, offer diagnostic reports, rectify system errors during the runtime. Examples of programming language translators are interpreter, compiler, and assemblers. Next is the utility software. Utility software is designed to aid in analyzing, optimizing, configuring, and maintaining a computer system. It supports the computer infrastructure. This software focuses on how an OS functions, and then accordingly it decides its trajectory to smoothen the functioning of the system. Softwares like antiviruses, disk cleanup and management tools, compression tools, defragmenters, and so on are all utility tools. Some examples of utility tools are Avast Antivirus, Directory Opus, McAfee Antivirus, Payreform CCleaner, Razer Cortex, Windows File Explorer, WinRAR, and WinZip. Here is a list of some of the most prominent features of a system software: close to the system, fast in speed, difficult to design, difficult to understand, less interactive, smaller in size, difficult to manipulate, and generally written in low-level language. Now, let's proceed to the application software. Application software, also known as end-user programs or productivity programs, are software that helps the user in completing tasks such as doing online research, jotting down notes, setting an alarm, designing graphics, keeping an account log, doing calculations, or even playing games. They lie above the system software. Unlike system software, they are used by the end user and are specific in their functionality or task and do the job that they are designed to do. For example, a browser is an application designed specifically for browsing the internet, or Microsoft PowerPoint is an application used specifically for making presentations. Application software, or simply apps, can also be referred to as a non-essential software as the requirement is highly subjective and their absence does not affect the functioning of the system. All the apps that we see on our mobile phones are also examples of application software. There is certain software that is exclusively made for app development like Meteor and Flutter. These are examples of application software too. As a user of technology, application software or apps are what you engage with the most. These types of computer software are productive and user programs that help you perform tasks. Application software is what helps the user perform the task of his or her choice. They are non-essential software which are installed and run depending upon the requirements in the environment provided by the system software. Application software products are designed to satisfy a particular need of a particular environment. Also, per applications prepared in the computer lab can come under the category of application software. Application software may consist of a single program, such as Microsoft's Notepad for writing and editing a simple text. It may also consist of a collection of programs, often called a software package, which work together to accomplish a task, such as a spreadsheet package. There are various types of application software: word processors, database software, multimedia software, education and reference software, graphics software, and web browsers. Let's discuss first about word processors. These applications for documentations. Along with that, it also has storing, formatting, and printing of these documents. Some examples of word processors are Abby Word, Apple iWork Pages, Corel Word Perfect, Google Docs, and Microsoft Word. How about the database software? This software is used to create and manage a database. It is also known as the Database Management System or DBMS. They help with the organization of data. Some examples of DBMS are Clipper, DBase, FileMaker, PaxPro, Microsoft Access, MySQL. Let's talk about multimedia software. It is the software that is able to play, create, or record images, audio, or video files. They are used for video editing, animation, graphics, and image editing. Examples of the multimedia software are Adobe Photoshop, Inkscape, MediaMonkey, Picasa, VLC Media Player, Windows Media Player, and Windows Movie Maker. Let's proceed to the education and reference software. These types of software are specifically designed to facilitate learning on a particular subject. There are various kinds of tutorial software that fall under this category. They are also termed as academic software. Examples of the education and reference software are Delta Drawing, G-Compress Jumpstart Titles, KidPix, MindPlay, and TuxPaint. How about the graphics software? Graphics software has been devised to work with graphics as it helps the user to edit or make changes in visual data or images. It comprises of picture editors and illustration software. Examples of the graphics software are Adobe Photoshop, Autodesk Maya, Blender, Carrara, CorelDRAW, GIMP, Modo, and PaintShop Pro. How about the web browsers? Web browsers, these are applications used to browse the internet. They help the user in locating and retrieving data across the web. Examples of the web browsers are Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Microsoft Edge, Mozilla Firefox, Opera, Safari, and UC browser. The application software features are the following: close to the user, easy to design, more interactive, slow in speed, generally written in high-level language, easy to understand, easy to manipulate and use, and bigger in size and requires large storage space. Let's proceed to the subtypes of computer software. There are subtypes of computer software, which are freeware, shareware, open source, and closed source software. Freeware. Freeware software is available without any cost. Any user can download it from the internet and use it without paying any fee. However, freeware does not provide any liberty for modifying the software or charging a fee for its distribution. Examples are Adobe Reader, Audacity, IMG Burn, Recuba, Skype, TeamViewer, and Yahoo Messenger. Shareware. It is a software that is freely distributed to users on a trial basis. It usually comes with a time limit. When the time limit expires, the user is asked to pay for the continued services. There are various types of shareware like adware, donationware, nagware, premium, and demoware, or crippleware and trialware. Some examples of shareware are Adobe Acrobat, GetRight, PHP Debugger, and WinZip. Open source. These kinds of software are available to users with the source code, which means that a user can freely distribute and modify the software and add additional features to the software. Open software Open source software can either be free or rechargeable. Some examples of open source software are Apache Web Server, GNU Compiler Collection, Moodle, Mozilla Firefox, and Thunderbird. How about the closed source software? These types of applications are usually paid and have intellectual property rights or patents over the source code. The use of this is very restricted, and usually the source code is preserved and kept as a secret. So in conclusion, there can be multiple ways to classify different types of computer software. The software can be categorized based on the function they perform, such as application software, system software, programming software, and driver software. They can also be classified based on different features such as the nature of source code, accessibility, and cost of usage. I am hopeful you will now be able to clearly identify the types of software around you. A clear understanding of them will help you choose and use the software efficiently. That's all for the discussions about the types of computer system or computer software. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.